Hey guys, this is Anime Ball Z here, and today we are going to be doing the fourth part to What If Goku Had Kinetic Reflection. Please like the video if you haven't already and subscribe. It's totally free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. There's nothing much else I'd like to say in the intro, so without further ado, let's get into the video.
Slick talker since a jet. Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag. Disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
After Cell achieves his perfect form, the fight that ensues is very similar to what happens in canon. Then future Trunks has to step in his father's stead and is still defeated even though he uses his Ultra form. The Cell games are then soon to come in 10 days. After a day, the Saiyans being Gohan and Goku emerge. With Goku's ability to absorb impacts and deliver them back, Gohan was being properly beat down in that time chamber. This only means that upon healing he came back much stronger. This is the same for Goku. He could just let Gohan hit him properly and train his own body to make himself stronger. The progress for him was a little slower at the start, but Gohan has amazing potential and grew to be near his level extremely quickly. This perfected Super Saiyan Goku scales above even the likes of Super Saiyan Gohan from canon. These two warriors have ascended past their limits and look more than ready to bring Cell down for good. Goku's plan here isn't to let Gohan take over himself, he believes that he'll be enough. He stands against Cell in these Cell games and the match begins. He starts in perfected Super Saiyan, zooming straight towards Cell. He lifts into the air and delivers a straight kick to his gut that should affect him in some way. However, Cell's body doesn't move at all. He has the same ability that he does. Surprised, Cell asks, with a keen smile on his face. Goku flips away in a sequence of backflips and begins to calculate. He was not expecting this. He was not expecting this at all. However, this basically means that these two fighters won't even see a need to hit each other. This will be a battle of ki, using fists of energy, not of matter. Goku tries to catch Cell off guard with a ki blast, but Cell reacts himself and meets his own with a ki blast. The blasts meet closer to Cell, showcasing their difference in power. Cell then continues in anger and throws out blast after blast. They continue to fly straight at Goku, but he uses his speed to make sure that he isn't hit and hurt by the blasts. This release of numerous ki blasts makes it so that the spectating warriors slowly edge away from the heated combat. With such strong warriors battling it out, they could easily get caught by a stray blast and get gravely injured. Goku and Cell continue this game of ranged warfare, both fighters trying to catch the other with speedy blasts. Using his intelligent battle style, Goku begins incorporating the use of after images, and since he is so fast now compared to his times in Dragon Ball, it's very effective. More than 10 after images are formed right there, making Cell quite confused as to which Goku was his real body. Goku then begins firing off more ki blasts, and Cell decides to take them on. Using kinetic absorption, the force of each blast is reduced but not totally removed. Of course, the timing has to be perfect, and Cell hasn't really perfected this technique. Therefore, for many of his attempts of trying to absorb the blast's kinetic energy, he just fails. Perfected Super Saiyan Goku is stronger than him at this point, therefore he won't win this long-winded battle to see who comes out on top. Cell takes back his hands and begins charging Goku's own attack, the Super Kamehameha. I'm tired of this battle. Now I'll destroy this entire solar system with my power, Cell roars. His charging of ki makes the ground crack under his feet, then Goku follows suit with an energy wave of his own. Like I'll let that happen, Goku replies, charging the same attack right after. The entire area starts to glow a bright blue colour and the amount of ki being released from the area is terrifying to see. The Sea Fighters back up even further once the blasts are launched at one another. They harshly collide in the ring's centre, sending the white grids on the platform flying up into the sky. They continuously fly around in the released gusts of wind and the blasts remain pretty much at the centre. However, Goku's superior strength starts showing. His blast starts to push back Cells, who looks alarmed upon seeing that he can't push back the incoming energy wave. He starts losing his footing and is being slowly but surely pushed back. This might be the end for him. Seeing that the end is near, Goku puts absolutely everything into his Kamehameha wave. He roars very loudly as the need for power fuels him. The blast forces itself forward, destroying whatever is in its path. Cell watches it slowly edge towards him and knows that there won't even be very much kinetic energy here because of the resistive force from his own blast. If this energy wave hits him, he won't fare so well after. His blast suddenly breaks apart and a bright explosion is given off. The entire area becomes white so they can't even properly see what happens. Many of the retreated Z fighters are forced to look away since the explosion is just so bright. However, they lock their eyes right back onto the arena to see what happened in the end once the light dims down slightly. The smoke slowly fades and Cell is revealed to have half his body shredded right off. Blood is seen all over his body and he looks much worse than he did after Vegeta's final flash. He's lost both of his arms, a full half of his torso is gone along with some of his face and the rest of his body is scorched and barely even functional. Coughing out blood, he drops to one knee and Goku then walks up to him upon seeing him in this state. After being lauded as the perfect warrior, this humiliating defeat is well humiliating. He flooded so much power into that energy wave, so he knows that he was just outright overpowered. You are a strong warrior, but your chaos ends here, Cell. You claim to be perfect, but I still took you down, Goku states boldly as the breeze makes his golden hair flow and his orange gi billow. Cell coughs out blood and slowly stands onto one leg, and it trembles under just his own weight. One of his eyes is closed and has a gash down it, and he stares down to Goku, trying to intimidate him with his greater size. However, when he's in this state, he isn't doing the best job of that. After a split second of confidence gained, the situation's reality soon sets in. He's been totally defeated by the likes of Goku. Even when resorting to energy waves and ki blasts to try and overpower him, his greater technique and power was enough to defeat him. However, with the Namekian Piccolo's DNA, Goku cannot let him stand here and have his time to himself. Goku lifts his hand to his face and begins growing a ki blast. An energy wave is then released from his hand, hitting Cell at point blank range. From this distance, his body is destroyed at the cellular level. Down to the last of his remaining cells, he is gone and has been obliterated. Cell has been defeated. The warriors triumph at his success, and Vegeta is annoyed about how Goku was able to take him down when he wasn't. Unlike before, Vegeta isn't just going to quit being a fighter because Goku isn't alive. He is alive in this continuity and is more motivated than ever to continue fighting. Future Trunks is grateful to everyone else for helping him get this strong and is also delighted to see that this timeline didn't end up like his own. He bids his farewell and returns to his own future timeline where the likes of Cell and the androids are no longer a match for him. In the present timeline, Vegeta challenges Goku to a spar as fast as he can. Vegeta even goes on to try and take him down with the use of his grade 3 state. Super Vegeta is grade 2 Super Saiyan Vegeta, so his grade 3 state makes him a true muscle monster. This isn't a great ploy as Trunks found against Cell, because even if he is stronger than Goku in the form, he is much slower. He can't connect with any attacks and is taken down anyway. What follows now is the long 7-year time skip in between the Cell and Buu sagas. Gohan, even after becoming so strong in the hyperbolic time chamber, chooses a human life of studying. Goku and Vegeta, both alive at this point, train very frequently. Vegeta is determined to overpower Goku and he just wants to be the strongest that he can be. Along with that, he wants to be the strongest. Goku doesn't want a situation like Frieza happening again, where he has to rely on his kinetic abilities to take someone down that is actually stronger than him. For the World Tournament saga, things go quite similar for a large chunk of the starting portion of this arc. What does change is the moment that Babidi tries to take over Vegeta's mind. At first, Vegeta does look to be in pain and enters Super Saiyan. The others look very scared and the Kais know what's happening here, however Vegeta's mentality has changed. After 7 years of being around Goku and his family, training with him, he doesn't have the desire to kill him or achieve that evil state of mind anymore. Even if there always is that thought in the back of his mind, scolding his calmer, happier lifestyle, it's something that he wants. Also, Vegeta can't blame himself entirely for being second to Goku. His body can literally absorb the force of punches or reflect them whenever necessary. That's a trait he literally hasn't seen in anybody else, and it's a very useful ability for battling. Vegeta is significantly stronger in this continuity from constantly sparring the likes of Goku. With his kinetic energy stockpiling, he can also make it seem like Vegeta is fighting a much stronger foe. This allows him to grow much better. Vegeta just stands, cackling to the sky after acting like he was in pain. His breathing calms and the Super Saiyan aura continues to rage on. That magician tried to take over my mind. It's going to take a lot more force than that to occupy me, Vegeta roars, smiling proudly as the pain soon wears off. Babidi is quite annoyed about this, but the group end up standing against the ball of Majin Buu that has been activated. Gohan, just like before, shoots a Masenko straight at it to try and destroy it. Even though he destroys the ball, it's not enough. The pink gas of Buu in the sky collects and solidifies into the childish warrior known as Majin Buu, and he stands right ahead of these warriors. Don't worry, I'll get rid of this ugly beast myself, Vegeta commands, powering up into Super Saiyan. His transformation forces the Kais to lift their hands to protect their eyes. Vegeta soars straight toward Majin Buu and clashes with him, knocking him right back. He then launches a ki blast into his gut and follows up with a kick to the same area. The sheer force behind this strike sent Majin Buu flying back, just as Vegeta anticipated. The beatdown is brutal from Vegeta, and the gap between him and Buu in strength is apparent. This childish warrior, even if he is a powerhouse in his own right, cannot beat Vegeta. This being continues getting completely battered, and Vegeta sees that Buu's regeneration is quite good. However, he's gotten used to fighting people with quirky traits. Stepping back powerfully, he extends both arms and powers up while charging his final flash. His hair drops and lengthens and begins growing down his back, then his power increases 8-fold once he enters his own Super Saiyan 3 form. Seeing Goku attain the form on Earth allowed Vegeta to do the same. Being surrounded by golden lightning, he launches the devastating Final Flash straight at Boo. The blast is incredibly fast and hits him like a truck. Then his body is engulfed by the blast and Boo's body begins completely breaking apart. Soon enough he fades away and Majin Buu has been defeated. Babidi and Dabura are lost for words upon seeing that this mighty warrior is no more. Vegeta speed blitzes them both, swiping off the head of Babidi like he did to Goldo in the canon Namek saga. Then he stabs his fist straight through Dabura's stomach before he can even use his annoying spit. Both warriors are defeated as well, with all three falling at the hands of Vegeta. The Buu saga comes to a close and their training continues once again, just like it had done before. After seeing their parents always training together and fighting so well, Goten and Trunks want to get in on some of this fun. After performing decently well in the World Tournament, they also feel even more motivated to keep themselves going. Therefore, each father takes their son under their wing to train them. Goten is being trained by Goku and Trunks is then trained by Vegeta. Goten and Trunks therefore grow quite a lot and show great potential. By the time of Beerus' arrival, both warriors can utilize Super Saiyan 2. Beerus wakes up and makes his way to Earth, where he meets Goku and Vegeta as they watch over a spar between Goten and Trunks. All four fighters band together upon noticing these mysterious beings coming up out of nowhere. Vegeta sees Goku trying to act like his naive positive self but holds his arm out. Please, just for now, be quiet and don't do anything rash. You do not want to get on this guy's bad side, Vegeta commands. Beerus interrogates them and asks of this Super Saiyan God. However, Vegeta confidently claims that there is no such thing and that he is as close to a Super Saiyan God as he'll find. This is not the answer that the Destroyer was looking for, but Goku then can't help himself. You seem strong, I'm Goku, let's fight, Goku says, rather excited. Vegeta just grunts with a visible vein on his forehead from anger. Beerus is spooked about this sudden offering but is intrigued by his naivety. Instead of everyone treating him with utmost respect and using a fake face of politeness to not get on his bad side, Goku just seems to be acting naturally. Very well then, let's see how strong you Saiyans are, Beerus states. They descend to the rocky wasteland that Goten and Trunks were sparring in. Goku then begins showing Beerus his forms. He begins in Super Saiyan, then enters Super Saiyan 2 before finishing off with Super Saiyan 3. The power he now has is significantly more than what he had in canon by this point. His ability helps himself to train while also helping those around him to grow stronger. With more people to train with at this point in time too, the growth that he's gone through is quite great. Goku shoots forward and tries to catch Beerus off guard with an after image. Arching a kick up to his chin, the Destroyer can still just slip out the way and evade his attack with ease, still doing so with his hands by his back. Goku follows up with two straight heavy punches and both of them don't connect either. Beerus possesses a level of fluidity that Goku finds quite shocking and fascinating. It's quite a humbling moment because he spent these previous years thinking that he was the strongest in the universe. To find someone that can just evade every single one of his best shots, it really does surprise him. Goku shoots up into the sky, roaring before throwing down his double axe handle strike. The ground quakes under the impact, but Beerus is nowhere near the point of impact to be struck by it. Lightly stepping forward, he flicks Goku on his head, sending a bright glow of energy across his body. Seeing the opportunity, Goku throws this stockpiled kinetic energy right back into a punch onto his chest. Beerus is taken off guard by the sudden increase in speed of his attack. Compared to the previous punches he'd been throwing, this one was suddenly way faster. Since he was holding back so greatly, Beerus still isn't affected by this strike. His body can easily take the kinetic energy that he dished out. He just follows up with another attack that has a little more oomph to it. This is a punch even if it is light and Goku takes it as well. Upon taking it, he can feel the same vibrating unstable nature within his body as it stores this kinetic energy. Taking a gamble, he redirects this power in the form of a punch of his own that hits the God of Destruction. It hits him right in the gut and he can definitely feel it. It's not pain, but he can feel the force behind it. Goku on the other hand starts shaking off his hand in pain. The strain in his arm from throwing that attack was a lot and Beerus can't see how Goku is doing this. It's like he can throw stronger attacks than his body can actually manage somehow. Beerus however is very old. He's smart enough to decipher what's going on. He can somehow absorb the attacks that he throws and throw them back at him. Beerus then begins using his Fury Aura. His power increases greatly and he darts toward Goku. For the spectating Saiyans, it's like he's teleported from his speed. They don't actually see him move forward. Striking Goku right in his chest with a shout to empower his shot, a crater forms beneath them. The strain on Goku's body from taking this attack starts crippling him and he drops to his knees. Coughing out blood, it takes a few seconds before the power starts to deplete, but he then passes out from the injuries and strain on his mind. Beerus did get a little carried away and several small rocks float in the surrounding debris of this attack. The Saiyans take him to be healed, then they head to Bulma's birthday party. Beerus soon gets his wish of meeting the Super Saiyan God in the form of Goku. Achieving the divine redhead form, their fight begins and they hit right into each other. Goku takes on the kinetic energy of Beerus' collision and re-administers it in a kick straight to his chest. Beerus falls back, then Goku zooms right back to him, launching a close-up ki blast at him as they fight in an urban area. Beerus meets that blast with his own before grabbing Goku and hurling him into the sky. Flying up to close the distance between them, in nearly an instant he is met by Goku's block as he attacks him. Goku then acts as if these attacks affect him and he grunts upon feeling the pain of this incoming strike. He is launched up into the air and Beerus continues with numerous more attacks, but Goku then throws back all this kinetic energy in a single punch. He's been holding back very significantly here and so wasn't expecting this attack. It's not every day that someone like Beerus encounters a fighter quite like Goku. The fight continues and Beerus starts using more long-ranged energy blasts to try and take down Goku. These blasts fire at too high of a speed for Goku to rely on dodging them, and the time window for him to utilize his kinetic reflection is quite hard when it comes to these energy blasts. Soon both fighters end up in the upper edges of the atmosphere, bordering space. Beerus has no issue remaining up here, but Goku has used up so much of his energy and is losing strength from breathing in this thin air. Beerus states that he hasn't been entertained with their fight and shoots down his special Beerus ball. Goku extends his hands and struggles against this attack, pushing it as hard as he can. No matter how hard he tries though, he can't do a thing if he remains in his base form. Suddenly Goku ups the gears and roars as he begins using Super Saiyan God once again. Now the force that he can output wildly increases. He can slowly push this blast back and gains the upper hand against it once again. Roaring vehemently, he uses the last of his strength to launch it straight back to Beerus before it can descend and destroy his planet. Beerus strikes it away, allowing it to soar straight away from Earth and explode at a distance. The explosion is extremely large and even the sea fighters from down on Earth can see it appear. It turns out that you did excite me in the end. I commend your efforts to protect those people of Earth, Beerus states. Thank you, you're really strong. I actually thought I could beat you, Goku says, heaving in and out before losing consciousness. Whis catches him and they return to Earth, and they're happy to see that Beerus has spared them for now. Here Goku slowly returns to his senses after breathing in the thicker, more oxygen-rich air at the surface. Now Goku and Vegeta embark on their training journey with Whis. Whis is fascinated by this unique power of Goku's that he hasn't exactly seen before. The fact that it's an inherent ability that he's had all his life makes it even more interesting to him. During this time, they also have a third person training along with them. This is a revived Frieza. Achieving his golden form, he rushes right toward his plan of defeating these Saiyans for good. He attacks the Earth and is met by powerful resistance from the likes of the two hard-working Saiyan children, Goten and Trunks. They both charge forward and toward the army that Frieza has amassed. These soldiers stand no chance against these kids, even when they take them down in just their base forms. They continuously drop like flies until the only person left for them to take down is Frieza himself. Both enter Super Saiyan upon watching him exit his pod and they soar straight toward him. The two Saiyan kids speed blitz him completely, winding him with a single punch to his gut. He is launched straight through his pod and the beatdown continues. Whilst one fighter keeps him occupied with attacks, another can come out of nowhere and assail him from some other angle. Dealing with two strong fighters attacking from vastly different angles is very difficult in his first form. Goten then powers up into Super Saiyan 2 and rocks Frieza by hitting him straight in the jaw, dropping him. The Emperor coughs out blood before screaming with his usual voice of rage. He forces away the idle warriors and stands in his final form. Trunks follows suit by entering Super Saiyan 2 himself and they both fly back to try and continue the fight. However, he grabs Goten's incoming punch and lands a devastating body shot before landing a sidekick to Trunks' cheek. The final attack launches the Saiyan away and Goten can barely breathe after taking that monster of a punch. Before any further damage is caused though, Goku arrives. Frieza tries to kill Goten with the use of a death beam, but Goku grabs it like he did before and elegantly whips it away from them. Frieza smiles with a maniacal expression upon seeing that his target has arrived. The man that killed him is here and now he can kill him for sure this time. Goku and the Tyrant stand off, far away from these two fallen warriors. Goku is confident that he won't need Super Saiyan to beat Frieza here and the fight begins. Goku races forward but a death beam is shot right in his direction. He knows just how deadly those beams can be if they manage to pierce the body, and so he slips straight past it before charging forward. Trying to punch Frieza, he only manages to hit his forearms and the Tyrant then throws a close-up energy blast while retreating. The fight continues with Goku mainly resorting to basic hand-to-hand combat while Frieza does not use such power in return. He knows how Goku's body is immensely durable and he smartly deduces that he can use the power of his enemy in some capacity. Unwilling to see such an ability again, his offense is almost entirely based on ki-based attacks. Arriving above and behind Goku, he grows a large energy ball above his head. Thrusting it downward, it falls and is then destroyed by a precise focused punch right onto its surface from Goku. The ball detonates, forcing Goku back, and Frieza then shows off why he came here. He begins using his special, new, golden form. Goku is surprised by his growth, but then shows off some of his own power. Shouting and engulfing in a pristine blue aura, Goku continues the battle in Super Saiyan Blue. As he begins to advance toward Frieza, several beam-like blasts are shot out from his finger. They expand but then curl into Goku and continuously hit him in a barrage-like manner. His body is formidable and sturdy, meaning that he can take these attacks rather well. Now that he is focused on his timing as well, he tries something out. The last few blasts fly and level with each other, intending to converge on the target and hit him simultaneously. However, he uses his kinetic reflection just at the right time to ricochet them straight back toward Frieza. They pierce through his skin, with one of them making its way through his entire body. Frieza can't believe that he's been outplayed like this already and feels intense agony from his body as there's literally a hole in his torso. He falls to a knee and struggles to even breathe, returning to his ordinary final form. He starts coughing out blood and feels pain every time that he does so, then falls back upon watching Goku advance. As he does though, somebody cuts him off. This is Vegeta. No, let me do it this time. He killed me before, so I feel like I should return the favor, Vegeta states. He shows off his own Super Saiyan Blue power and then walks Frieza down as he attempts to retreat. Frieza uses his classic tactics of begging for Vegeta's mercy, but he remembers how that went down last time. Before, he wasn't even strong enough to hurt him, but now he knows he can. Launching an energy wave to the dying Frieza, he is killed before he even summoned the energy to exact revenge on his own death. Now what is to come is the Universe 6 saga. Goku starts off with facing Botamo then Frost. He still gets taken down by him because of his use of poison. Frost's actual punches don't do anything to him, but the poison weakens him to the point where he can just grab him and throw him out the ring. As for the following fighter, Vegeta, he takes down all the warriors and makes Hit to hit. Vegeta begins and can't even make Hit move from his starting position. He then goes into Super Saiyan and continues again, meeting a similar challenge. Hit blocks or just tanks all of his attacks and doesn't even think they're strong enough to try and dodge. Therefore, Vegeta steps back and feels more motivated to really clobber this guy. The disrespectful style of fighting that Hit employs hurts his ego, and he then uses Super Saiyan Blue. Rushing right back into battle, Hit suddenly appears beside him and drives his knee up into his chest. Before Vegeta is sent flying back, he throws an overhead right to his jaw to hurl him across the arena. Shaking off his head after taking that true haymaker, he starts to think about what's just happened. The fighter teleported and literally appeared beside him to hit him. How could he even do that? Vegeta runs forward and puts on a ruse of acting enraged just to see how Hit reacts. The assassin uses his time skip again to hit him in his back, forcing him across the arena. Vegeta definitely did see him teleport away and couldn't perceive him at all. Receiving a strong strike onto his back, he falls to the side and turns to elbow Hit while he is close to him. Hit catches his attack and then kicks him in the area that he struck on his back right after. As the fight continues, Vegeta can't find the opportunity to take him down. He is too strong and his time skip is infuriating for him to deal with. Pulling back his hand, he launches his Big Bang attack and Hit just dodges it. Violently exploding on the ring's barrier, Hit just darts forward and wallops Vegeta with a punch, knocking the wind right out of him. He then receives several punches to his face before he is hurled right out the ring. Vegeta grunts in pain and is taken aback by Hit's overwhelming power. Goku then takes his place, being allowed back in after it's found out that Frost was cheating. Goku begins the fight and soon sees the power of Hit and his time skip for himself. He then begins using Super Saiyan Blue, zooming toward Hit. He throws a precise technical combination of attacks but only fuels Goku in the process. Using this new stockpiled kinetic energy, Goku follows up with using all of that strength to hit him straight in the chest. The amplified attack sends him sliding back across the ring, gritting his teeth from the pain of that strike. Hit looks a little surprised at the fact that Goku just suddenly seemed much stronger. Racing forward once again, his attacks only intensify and continue, with Goku blocking or just letting the attacks hit his body perfectly. The power only continues to stockpile, and as Hit wants to retreat to recalculate, it's already done for him. Flustered by Goku's immense speed, he is forced to take a full power punch amplified by numerous attacks that he himself threw. The power of this attack launches him off the ring and Goku is given the win over Hit without even having to resort to the power of Kaioken. Vegeta looks quite annoyed at how Goku defeated him so quickly, but he must accept that Goku's kinetic absorption gives him quite a unique advantage. With that, Universe 7 have easily taken down Universe 7 and all their fighters, ending the Tournament of Destroyers. So that will conclude the fourth part of What If Goku had Kinetic Reflection. As seen in my most recent community post, my next what if will be what if Goku had Doomsday's powers. Please tell me something you liked about this video or something that I should improve on for the next one. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.